Good morning, Wada Bevy. Good morning. How are you today? How are things in Virginia? Getting a little bit of a late start. How are things in Virginia? Okay, so here we are. We are at good morning, people. It's about 6:02. A little bit of a late start this morning because I'm washing my clothes, my non-sheet clothes today. But this is Monday. Cut. This is Sunday. What? No. Focus. This is Saturday, June 1st, 2024. It is now 6:02 in the morning here in southwestern Nevada. And this is G.School. So here we are once again at G.School. So while people are signing on, let me give you a quick, brief summary of what we do here. So at Department of Career Services, our goal is to help you on your journey through life. And that's a great way to look at your life, is it's a journey. There's no destination, it's a journey. There's highs, lows, goods, bads, mostly boredom, repetition, punctuated by periods of intensity, either good or bad. And the goal is to get the most out of your life. So at the end, or our goal is so that at the end you can say, I fought the good fight, I ran the good race, I did the best I could, I did not squander things. So that's what we do. And in our program, it's built upon like a four-legged table or a boat, but let's focus on the table. A table with four legs: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And having done this for a long time, I can say that you need to have to have the best possible journey, you need to focus on all four of those things. If you don't focus on your fitness and health, you're not going to have a good journey, especially when you get into your later ages, 65 and above. It's going to be pretty dismal. See people fat, overweight, out of shape, can't do anything. Life is pretty not good. Mental, life is changing so much, so fast. And as we learned yesterday, once again from Seth Godin, we are not worthy. From Seth Godin, AI is the next thing. So if you don't know what's going on now, once AI comes along, you're going to be hopelessly lost. Number 3, emotional. If you can't control your emotions, don't worry, someone else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. So that's not just controlling your emotions like, it's also, hey, come over here. I've got something for you. That type of controlling of emotions. And then there is the spiritual part. Wada Bevy, can you hear me? Over. Hello? Interesting. Oh, okay, good. All right. Because no one else is on. Hope that doesn't mean something like the internet is down or something over there, but very strange. No one else is here. Have to follow up on that later. So maybe you can reach out to Matt. Well, Matt's typically asleep. Anyway, so our thing is to help you on your journey: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And spiritual is the most important thing. Because it's the thing that picks you up when you get knocked down, whatever it is. It could be your grandmother. Okay, all right. Next thing to say, we're 4:42 in. I'm a little bit discombobulated because usually there's some people on. It's only Wada Bevy and me. That's interesting. But next, G.School or our program is not for everyone. These podcasts are not for everyone. They are for the people who are not successful and know they're not successful and want to become successful in each of those 4 areas. If you're not physically fit, and you know you're not physically fit and you want to get physically fit, this is for you. If you know you are not well educated and you want to be more educated, you want to learn more or learn how to learn more, then this is for you. If you know you have a problem with other people controlling your emotions and you want to control your emotions, then this is for you. Same thing spiritually. If you don't have a spiritual part of your life, you know you don't have a spiritual part of your life, but you want to investigate it, you think, maybe there is something to this, or maybe I have nothing to lose, then this is for you. But if you are already successful or you don't feel you need anything, this is not for you. This is not for you. So, okay, we've got somebody else on. Could be one of our people who jumps on at other times. So this program is not for, well, nobody has to take it. It's just for the to improve. And fundamentally, it comes down to we have 2 parts. There is the experts, the worksheet, and then there's the showing up and repetition. There's the writing every day, replacing bad habits with better habits. That's all it's about. And consistency. Replacing better habits, or replacing habits with better habits, because one of 2 things that we're going to get to our G.School soon, but just focusing on habits and repetition. We cannot eliminate having habits. That's not the choice. Do I have unconscious behavior or not? And there are estimates out there that more than 95% of our behavior is unconscious. The question is, are we going to always develop better habits? Are we going to have an orientation to have better habits, or are we going to have an orientation to have less better habits, where we just maybe go with the flow? So Navy SEAL thing, seek uncomfort. That's kind of a little bit of a spin on it. But the Navy SEAL orientation is they don't look for comfort. They get used to being uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. To change, you have to change. And our human nature, our conditioning, especially for people who are not Navy SEALs, are not Division I athletes, didn't go to a good university. Our normal thing, Marcus Aurelius said, you wake up in the morning and you decide, you have a discussion with yourself. I'm nice and warm in here. Do I want to stay in my warm little place, or do I want to get out into the cold? Or David Goggins, in the morning, you wake up, you don't even think about it. You don't ask yourself the question, do I feel like moving on? Do I feel like getting up and going for a run? And that's for me regarding like zip peloton. I don't ask the question, do I feel like it? I just have my routine. I do it when I wake up. I don't say, do I feel like doing the podcast today? No. Better habits. It's a constant struggle. So how are things out in Virginia? Sophie, how are things in Virginia? Hello, hello. Is there a time lag on this? What a bevy. Wonder-filled. Wonder-filled. Okay, good. What are your plans today? Horse. Be horse. Okay. What about 12, 8, 30? Enjoy my shift. What does that mean? 12? Oh, 12 to 8. Oh, work from 12 to 8:30. Wow. Okay, that's a big day. Good. Good for you. And there could be a lot of people that you can upgrade. You can show them. Remember, no, switching over into sales mode. No, when somebody tells you no, it's not N-O, it's K-N-O-W. They didn't know, K-N-O-W, that the right answer was yes. Hey, would you like to sign up for our monthly program? The correct answer is yes. If they say no, it's because they didn't have enough information from you. You weren't compelling to get them to say yes. LOL, yes. Oh, yeah. So it's not no. So don't take it personally. Take it in reflectively. Now, law school, in the beginning of law school, they tell you, and also in sales school, don't try to sell things to people who can't afford it. In law school, it's like, don't give legal advice to people who can't afford it. That's the first thing. Don't spend your time giving legal advice to people who can't pay. In sales, does somebody need the product? Okay, for you, do people need to pay $9.95 a month for a car wash thing where they can go anytime? Yeah. People waste $9.99 all the time. The answer is yes. Question number 2 is, can they afford it? If it's a nice car, they can afford it. And so a simple question could be, do you want to keep your car's paint and wax job in the highest possible condition? Yeah, then we've got a special for you. Only $9.99. But if you sign up for the highest program and you for a month free, it doesn't cost. It's going to cost you $9.99. Might as well get the $28 car wash, whatever. The highest thing for the month. And if you don't like it, then you can switch down. That's how they got me. Hey, you're going to pay $9.99 for a car wash. How about doing this? Good morning, Matt. What, did you sleep in? Good morning. Did you sleep in? I'm here. That's not Matt's usual entry. It makes me think Matt has not gone to bed. How are things over there, Matt? Well, clearly something is afoot. Something is afoot. Clearly something is afoot. I'm here. I just found it. Just found his foot. Okay, cool. Good on you. All right, well, let's see. We're 13:37 in, 6:15. Well, I don't know. Me and Sophie are the only ones here. Yeah, that's right, Matt. That's very strange, isn't it? Is the internet working over there? Okay, so clearly there's an elephant sitting in the floor somewhere. There's an elephant that nobody wants to talk about. The internet is working. Okay, good. So there's clearly an elephant in the room. So this is G.School. G.School, we talk about stuff. Today's thing is Mark. Today's topic is Mark 11:27 to 33. We'll just talk about that briefly, then we'll wrap it up, and then we'll figure out what's going on. Where did I go? Where am I? Here I am. Okay, Mark 11:33. The Pharisees, scribes, Jesus' enemies approach him and try to trick him by asking by what authority does he teach? And he asks the question, well, let me ask you this. By what authority did John the Baptist teach? Was it from heaven or was it from man? And that was kind of, he reversed it on him. because they knew if they said John the Baptist preaching was from heaven, that would legitimize John the Baptist, who was saying negative things against the Pharisees. If they said, no, he's just from man, that would get the people to revolt against him because John was loved by the people. So they basically said, we're not going to answer your question. So he said, well, then I'm not going to answer your question by what authority I speak. Okay, so what is the point of that? Let's see. This is on Halo this morning. So what was the point of that? By what authority do you speak? I'm not going to tell you if you don't tell me. So what you have is, if Jesus is who he said he was, you have these priests and scribes who have been running the system, not helping the people move forward. Clearly, the Jews at the time were a stiff-necked people. They're always revolting, fighting. They're still now they're in their third exile. They're under the control of the Romans. They're in exile in their own country. The Romans are in charge in their own country. And somebody comes along, Jesus, who's trying to help them move forward. And instead of helping him help themselves, the priests decide this guy is a threat. We need to get him out of our way. We need to get him out of our way. And of course, what ends up happening? Apparently they succeed. But on the other hand, did they actually? No, they didn't succeed. They got what they wanted. They got what they thought they wanted, but what they got, the result of that was not good. Okay, so what happened? So they're after Jesus. They're trying to trick him. They can't trick him here. They get him some other place. They kill him, but the problem is he comes back. And then over the next few centuries, Judaism really declines. Christianity becomes the dominant thing, the dominant world thing, and the people who were relying upon the law of Moses, they did not end up being very good. They got what they thought they wanted, but that's not what they actually wanted. And so there we go. And probably, when it was over, not good for them. So how do we apply that today? How does that apply to us? I think it goes to what were the motives of the people who were trying to take Jesus down. Why is this today's reading for the Catholic Church? For the Catholic Church everywhere in the world, this is today's reading about the Pharisees trying to trick Jesus, trying to trap him, and they weren't successful. So how does that apply? So I guess we could look at the Jews turned Jesus into a martyr. They did. They wanted to wipe him out, but it had the actual exact opposite effect. And they became sort of an insignificant thing. However, according to statistics, the average IQ of a typical Jewish person is higher than other people. So they're, so props. So they tried to trick him. Why? Personal motives, not because it was the right thing to do. They put their greed and egos out front. Who is this guy to challenge our authority? We don't like what he's saying. Why? Because it affects me. I'm happy having the best seats. I'm happy being the person that people respect. Only one thing you can never be rid of is the biggest possible way. Okay, right. So be careful what you wish for. Or as they say, as Nancy Kane says, when God wants to punish you, he answers your prayers. So let's see, we'll get to the bottom of why nobody else is on here today, which is okay. It's perfectly okay. What's not really okay is to not have the common courtesy to say, here's why we're not on, and if there's a problem. And let's see, has anybody texted me? Oh, I got a couple texts. Vern? No, a couple texts from Vern. All right. Nope. Thanks. All right, people. Well, we've got a mystery afoot of what's happening, and we'll go from there. I will talk to you later. Wada Bevy, are you available for call? Bevy, are you there? Are you available for a call? Wada Bevy says, talk to you later. Thanks. Burp.